The first book of Samuel, chapter 1. And there was a certain man of Ramathaim Zophim, of Mount Ephraim, and his name was Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Elihu, the son of Tohu, the son of Zoph, an Ephrathite. And he had 2 wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the other Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. And this man went up out of his city from year to year to worship and to sacrifice to Jehovah of hosts in Shiloh. And the 2 sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, the priests of Jehovah, were there. And it came to pass on the day that Elkanah sacrificed, he gave to Peninnah his wife, and to all her sons and her daughters portions. But to Hannah he used to give a double portion, for he loved Hannah. But Jehovah had shut up her womb, and her adversary provoked her much also to make her fret, because Jehovah had shut up her womb. And as he did so year by year, as often as she went up to the house of Jehovah, she provoked her thus, and she wept and did not eat. And Elkanah her husband said to her, Hannah, why weepest thou? And why eatest thou not? And why is thy heart grieved? Am not I better to thee than 10 sons? Verse 9. And Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon the seat by the doorpost of the temple of Jehovah. And she was in bitterness of soul, and prayed to Jehovah, and wept much. And she vowed a vow, and said, O Jehovah of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thy handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thy handmaid, but will give unto thy handmaid a man-child, then I will give him to Jehovah all the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head. Verse 12. And it came to pass as she continued praying before Jehovah, that Eli marked her mouth. Now Hannah spoke in her heart. Only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. And Eli thought she was drunken. And Eli said to her, How long wilt thou be drunken? Put away thy wine from thee. And Hannah answered and said, No, my lord, I am a woman of a sorrowful spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but have poured out my soul before Jehovah. Take not thy handmaid for a daughter of Belial, for out of the abundance of my grief and provocation have I spoken hitherto. And Eli answered and said, Go in peace, and the God of Israel grant thee thy petition, which thou hast asked of him. And she said, Let thy bondwoman find grace in thy sight. And the woman went her way, and did eat, and her countenance was no more as before. Verse 19. And they rose up early in the morning, and worshipped before Jehovah, and returned, and came to their house at Ramah. And Elkanah knew Hannah his wife, and Jehovah remembered her. And it came to pass, when the time was come about after Hannah had conceived, that she bore a son, and called his name Samuel, saying, Because I have asked him of Jehovah. And Elkanah her husband, and all his house, went up to sacrifice to Jehovah the yearly sacrifice, and his vow. But Hannah did not go up, for she said to her husband, I will wait until the child is weaned, then will I bring him, that he may appear before Jehovah, and there abide for ever. And Elkanah her husband said to her, Do what is good in thy sight. Abide until thou hast weaned him. only may Jehovah fulfill his word. And the woman abode and gave her son suck until she weaned him. And she took him up with her when she had weaned him, with 3 bullocks, and 1 ephah of flour, and a flask of wine, and brought him to the house of Jehovah to Shiloh. And the boy was young. And they slaughtered the bullock, and brought the boy to Eli. And she said, O my Lord, as thy soul liveth, my Lord, I am the woman that stood by thee here to pray to Jehovah. For this boy I prayed, and Jehovah has granted me my petition which I asked of him. And also I have lent him to Jehovah. All the days that he lives, he is lent to Jehovah. And he worshipped Jehovah there.